Former WWE writer and production assistant Robert Karpeles is the associate counsel for the NHL Florida Panthers Pro Hockey team in South Florida Sunrise. The Florida Panthers had a pro wrestling day for the second consecutive season, and part of that was the Something To Wrestle with Bruce Prichard podcast featuring Bruce Prichard, Conrad, Thompson, and their special guest, WWE Hall of Famer Patterson. But also, Robert got to open the show. So, Robert, what was it like? And thank you so much for being a part of that show and getting to open that exciting event.
Oh, it was an absolute blast. It was one of those things that came about a few months prior. We had done a pro wrestling night last season with Tommy Dreamer and Christian and Ricky Steamboat. And it was a really successful event, but it was primarily just an autograph signing. People would come in, get a picture, get an autograph, and then we had the game. And we wanted to kind of create something that was a little bit more interactive. And the Brooklyn Nets had just announced that they were going to be doing a Something To Wrestle with live show after one of their games. So I reached out to Bruce and Conrad and asked them if they'd be interested in bringing it down here. They were very happy to come to South Florida, primarily now with the weather being what it is. And it wound up being a really cool event. And Bruce said, hey, would it be possible for you to introduce us? And I thought, yeah, that sounds pretty great. And I asked him, is it all right if I tell a couple of stories of what it was like to work with you? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, go for it. And it was a lot of fun. The fans were definitely receptive to the entire event. I think everybody had a really nice time.
Doing that, did you put yourself out there then too, that you were part of the WWE family in the past? So have you gotten a few more requests? Have you gotten a few more fans coming up to you at all? Or has it been status quo in that regard?
I've always been open since I started working here of my prior life in the WWE, and it's been something that's actually been a real asset. Being able to thrive in that environment and sort of learn trial by fire in the day in and day out of WWE, making the transition over to professional sports in some ways is actually a little bit easier. As far as the fans go, I've always put it out there that I work for the WWE. I run a fairly popular WWE Twitter account, WWE Creative-ish online, and I have about a little under 250,000 followers. And I've been using it to promote Florida Panthers stuff. And I always put it out there. If you're a Panther fan and you're coming out to one of the games, or you're a wrestling fan and a Panther fan, and maybe it's your first time coming out here for a game, send me a message on there, and I'll come and introduce myself and kind of show you around the building and be a little bit of a gateway and a liaison.
That's awesome. That's awesome for fans to do that, and it's a great connection. What is it like for you being a part of the Florida Panthers, especially right now? What a hot streak the Panthers are on. They're playing really good hockey, and they're right at the cusp of making the playoffs.
Whenever I talk about the playoffs, it's customary. Weird music hit just happened in the background. That was perfect timing. Let me wait till that stops over there. It's like a rib on me. They knew I was going to be recording.
That's great.
They're going to hit the music on me.